Okay, let me see here. All right, listen. So this is an unlisted video. So I'm making this kind of going out as a live stream. But one of the reasons why I hate really touching on a lot of this R. Kelly shit is because everybody everybody talks about what they want you to do, what how they want you to present the information, what they want, what they're looking for. Number one, most of the people who have the staunchest critiques um, are people who don't really support anything. They ain't never donated to the channel. They ain't never done no research. They ain't never really committed anything or any time to it. And what I have come to find out about a lot of these bloggers is that a lot of people hide behind conspiracy theories. Okay, a lot of these people they hide behind conspiracy theories, and I don't publicly address this shit. I don't publicly address this shit, but a lot of people hide behind conspiracy theories because conspiracy theories are safe. Okay, conspiracy theories absolve you from actually having to do any work. So it's well, Trent works for Don Russell. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Okay, St. Louis Arch is about 10 minutes that way. Okay, all right. So fuck am I working for Don Russell for? Before this shit popped off, I never thought that I would actually be in this position. All right. So I don't take any of this for granted. But what happens, what breeds a lot of contempt on my behalf is that people get jealous, right? Because these people they had the ball, but they did not know what to do with it. Then you get somebody like me. I once you give me the ball, I know what to do with it. But everybody believes that something happens in the bottle. Nothing ever happens in a bottle. Okay, you can't have what they call episodic history, meaning that you can't just take one finite piece of history and then choose to look at it inside of a vacuum, inside of a bottle. That's not how it works, right? You have to take the whole story as a whole, and then from taking it as a whole, then you splinter off into the derivative pieces. But in and of itself, you have conspiracy theories. Oh, Trent works for this person, he works for that person, or this is it's a secret connection, it's a secret setting. The number one way that you break this R. Kelly shit down is just by looking at this. What would a common man do? Period. That's it. That's all. Okay. What would a common man do? This is a very complex case covering this R. Kelly shit is. But it's not the people that make it complex. Is what's the motivations? Okay, of which the number one motivation is money. Okay. All right. So money, right? Money is the number one motivation out of all of this shit. Okay. This whole case is connected by money. That's the number one constant factor. That's the constant variable through all of this. But just the money isn't enough. And then you have to get deeper off into the money. Who wants the money? What's their motivation for money? Why do they want the money? And how far are they willing to go for this money? Okay, so you have Demetrius Smith, who was there a long time ago, and he felt like R. Kelly, owed him something. R. Kelly ain't owed this man shit. He was disgruntled, and he devised a scheme, man, a scheme of which I'm going to say that a lot of these people who you see in this case, they are connected to this scheme. Okay, it's still being uncovered as to how exactly they're connected, but a lot of people who you have heard me speak on in the past are connected to it. Period. Okay, a lot of people are connected to it. It's a lot of money. Okay, Dre is skimming off the top, and she trying to get it each way until Sunday. Right now, okay. Now, the number one thing that gets missed about all of this is whorish behavior, right? You have everybody that are trying to excuse the actions of hoes. And if you never, been privy on actually, messing with some hoes, really talking about hoes, really going into their derivative behavior, the way that they act, the way that they think, the way that they talk, the way that they walk, then you'll be lost. Okay? You will be lost. Period. You will be lost. And what you see with a lot of this stuff is that R. Kelly, right? R. Kelly has a type, right? R. Kelly has a type. And what the problem comes in at is this. Okay, he has a type, right? They and it really comes down to these young girls, right? Now, this is one of the things that I won't say, publicly, but I'm gonna say it over here for my exclusive Patreon people. R. Kelly is a control freak, right? He's a control freak. And that's what the problem is that he's a control freak. And that's what this case boils down to is him being a control freak. Okay, so by him being a control freak, right, when them girls say that shit, they not lying on him. Okay? They not lying on him. And then that's where the problem comes in that everybody wants to know why these young girls, why these young girls, why these young girls, why this, why that, blah 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 blah. Now I'm gonna tell you straight something straight from a nigga that has some pimping up under his motherfucking belt. Alright, you fuck with young girls because it's easier to control their mind, right? Your brain ain't developed until the time you're about 20, 25, 26, right? Now, when you really doing some heavyweight pimping or some heavyweight hoeing, when you get you a bitch that reach the age of 24, 24 is an old hoe. Your best year is a hoeing or past you. When when you really in the whole game, right? I'm gonna say about 26, a bitch then burnt out. Now, when you fucking with a bitch that's 17, 18, 19, 20, something like that, I ain't never fucked with no 17-year-olds myself personally. But I know some niggas who done had some bitches as young as 16. You know, um, I ain't gonna name them, but I know some niggas who done been fucking with some bitches as young as 16. Now you can control a bitch that's real young because when you fuck with a bitch that's real young like that, then they mind ain't developed yet. They don't know shit. Everything that you're doing is brand new, is exhilarating, and the young bitch is gonna let you control her like that. When a bitch starts to get older, shit start popping in her mind, right? Stuff starts popping off in her mind. They become scandalous. That's why you see R. Kelly with all these settlements, all of these lawsuits, because you had generational hoes, right? You had generational hoes, right? Now, I want to talk about the next thing, which is hitting the wall. Now, when you have people, you have bitches who hit the wall. That is a woman's worst fear, okay? That's a bitch first fear, particularly when you dealing with a hoe. Whenever you dealing with a hoe, then you really have to understand, you have to think like a hoe, right? And you damn near gotta be a pimp to think like a hoe. Alright? You gotta be a hoe to think like a pimp. Alright? Those two things go hand in hand. Why is that important? Because when you seeing the Faith Rogers, you seeing the Adriels, you seeing the Gerondas, and you see those three in particular, then somebody like me, I'm able to pinpoint into what's going on a hoeing, right? When you see all of these females, right? All of these females, right now, um, Lizette Martinez says I'm a survivor R. Kelly, where she said that Robert, he could smell a wounded woman from a mile away or whatever. She made it sound like this nigga was a motherfucking predator. That's the way that they framed it. But no, he's a broken man, and broken people fuck with other broken people. It's no coincidence that all of these bitches that we see out here in front of us, they got fake eye colors, they got fake titties, they got fake asses. All of this shit, all of this, cosmetic plastic surgery that these people are doing, they all got identity issues. All of them got identity issues. They all got identity issues. And what happens is that when they start fucking with Rob, Rob is nice. He's a fun dude. He has sung some of your favorite songs that you grew up to, so on and so forth. Then the relationship begins to grow, and then it kind of loses its luster. Once the relationship loses its luster, then they start seeing that they are about to be replaced. Now, the thing that you gotta remember about a hoe is that when you fucking with a hoe, bitches always take shit on their way out the door. Period. Period. That's why when you doing some real heavyweight pimping, you always take some money or whatever. You put a bitch in her own spot that's got her name on it, that everything is going to her. Period. Because just the reality is that if you don't put a bitch in her own shit, she gonna take your shit when she leave about the door. I was fucking with this bitch about 3 years ago, give or take. Let's just say about 3 years ago. And I went to work one day, and I had this bitch standing up here in my crib or whatever. We was cool and love. I'm head over heels for this bitch, right? And this is why I can identify what R. Kelly's going through with Azriel. Because the thing that make you love a bitch like Azriel is all of the wrong reasons. The bitch is fun. She's spontaneous. The pussy is awesome because the bitch is crazy. So she gonna let you sit down there and do damage because these broken bitches love having pain inflicted upon them. Daddy getting beaten and abusing their ass if they was real young. So crazy bitches are just more fun. They more spontaneous. The sex is probably better a lot of the times, man. And you can really get it in, man. You really can have you a good time with one of these hoes, okay? Yeah, you a nice little time. Now, how does this pertain towards hitting the wall, man? Look, when your time is over, your time is up, okay? But this is the problem, man. When you dealing with hoes, you dealing with a psyche complex of a bitch who I gotta write this. How can I say this? A hoe's mentality is all warped. Why? Because in order for the common man to really make money, then the common man goes to work. You work 8 hours. Let's just say that I'm falling. What if I get paid $800 a day? That means that I make $100 an hour. So whenever I'm doing something, my time frame is concocted from the look. This shit costs me $100 per hour. That's how your time is broken down, right? So now, when you are making 100 an hour, whatever, right? I'm breaking my shit down into dollar increments. Is this worth my time? How much man energy am I divesting towards this? Period. Well, with these bitches, right? When you start talking about hoes, the money starts coming in. It's coming fast or whatever. Man, I got a bitch who, man, this bitch turned 3 tricks, man. Bitch makes $600 an hour. Period. I know hoes like that. No heavyweight bitches that's been in the game for several years. I know bitches that's been in the game for several years. Alright. These girls, these weak hoes right here. These are weak ass hoes. And they was plotting up, they was plotting moves. They had schemes and scams going on. All these motherfuckers got a scheme and a scam that they are running. Period, man. Now as it pertains to hitting the wall, man, when a bitch reach 30, then they start acting on some shit, man, to where they trying to scratch claw, trying to wheel their way back into the game and take some rewards and shit before they leave out the door. Man, listen, what your ass came with, bitch, that need to be the same fucking bag you leave with. Period. Yeah, that's the same bag that your motherfucking raggedy ass need to fucking leave with. Now, it's an imaginary thing for bras who ain't set they shit up right. They say I'm hitting the ball. Well, I'm doing this because I'm hitting the ball or before I turn 30 and all that. All these are arbitrary, artificial ass timelines. Shit happens when it's supposed to happen. And these people right here, this is gonna be what's gonna burn their ass and bite them in the motherfucking ass is that you got all of these people who are clout chasers. They all want fame. They all want fame. Period. They all want fame. Alright. And what they tried to do was they tried to decapitate, right? They tried to decapitate the king. Alright, they tried to decapitate the king. And with them decapitating the king, okay, then essentially what is going on is they think that they could take the king's crown by decapitating the king. And what they are starting to find out is that they thought that they were going to co-opt some R. Kelly supporters in doing what they are doing. By doing this bullshit, scandalous ass bullshit that they doing, they thought they were going to decapitate the king to take his crown. And the man earned this shit over a career of 30 years. He earned every single fucking fan he got. So they are disgruntled that they can't decapitate the king. From Drea all the way fucking down to Angelo, that's down to Dana J. Okay, these people all have made attempts to decapitate the king, and all of that shit failed. Period. Okay, it all failed. Piece by piece, minute by minute, day by day, everything that they have attempted, it has all failed. Period. Now, see right here. last topic I'm gonna hit on before I end this video is the truth don't need no help. The truth don't need no help. And all that we see from these motherfucking parents is them talking about a bunch of truths that need help. Okay? They talking about a bunch of truths that need help at the very least. Okay? All of this shit needs help. Every single thing that they talking about, it all needs help. Okay, so they turn in Empire CLS records. All of a sudden, the girl was beat and abused and all of this shit. When the reality is that these hoes used to go shopping and all of that stuff, shelling like a motherfucker. And when they would go shopping, they ain't had no price limits. These bitches walking in, balling out through the mall. And these are who they are calling victims, man. And so they saying that, we got the truth. Follow us to get the truth. Follow us here. Man, this is number one rule. This is just fucking street game, bro. And let's say after this one, I'm out. Okay. This is street game on niggas like Angelo, Tim, Dana, and anybody else who is always talking about even Shabazz to a certain degree. You gotta be leery of a nigga that say that he knows something that he don't know, okay? Or that he I know this, but I'm gonna give you the information in, let's just say 4 or 5 days. If you got the information, then you got it now. Why are you waiting for 5 days, for mediocre fucking material? Man, but I'm Trent, man. And this is, man, just installment one, man. This is about to be the Cognac Chronicles Underground. So, just did a 4-hour live stream. Came on this motherfucker right after, man, to give y'all some good points, man. All right, I'll fuck with y'all tomorrow.